The reason we're here today is that the 2001 Animal Care and Protection Act in Queensland, Section 8 excludes Indigenous hunting. And that means that anyone that comes up into my part of the country in North Queensland that sees a turtle cut up alive or a dugong cut up alive, that is totally illegal. I rang up the likes of RSPCA Queensland and reported incidents of turtles on their back for days, turtles getting cut up alive, and I've had the inspectors crying on the phone because they couldn't do anything about it. The LNP, through Candu Campbell, Bob and I had a private meeting with him. They have committed to change the 2001 Animal Care and Protection Act, and I'm here today to tell them that I appreciate it, and I hope that every animal appreciates it, because today is Lovers' Day, but no one speaks for them but us. And that's what our job is. Our job is to speak for those animals. They don't have a voice. We're here today to change the Animal Cruelty Act. I have a commitment from the LNP. If they don't honour that commitment, I'll be going through those front doors and they'll be locking me up. I won't go on too much more. I'd like to introduce my best mate, Bob Irwin.
The Queensland Government, together with our Minister for Destruction, Tony Burke, will probably go down in history as the greatest destructive force that the environment of this state has ever seen.
Down with them.
The Shadow Minister of Environment, Andrew Powell.
Firstly, we will amend the Animal Care and Protection Act as was spoken about by Colin and as was spoken about by Bob. I wish it was as simple as a couple of pen strokes, Bob. It's going to take a little bit more than that, but we will do it. We've committed to do it in our first term. It'll be done as soon as we can. Yep. No, it doesn't take 3 years.
I'll be checking in
I'm watching Colin on those glass doors, and as soon as he starts pressing his face up, I know I've got about a day left.
To stick together and to share your issues, take your egos out of it, fight for a cause and win it. I never go into a fight unless I'm going to win it. And I never hold a meeting unless I know the result. So all we can learn from today is listen to everybody else, hear their concerns, hear their problems. Mick Dowers just came up into my country for the last week and spent some time with a good friend of Bob and I too, the famous Ben Crop, and he heads up the anti-shark finning.
The Queensland Government's own Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority said in a 2005 report the main pressures on grey nurse sharks appear to be fishing activities and, get this, the shark control program. Legendary Australian marine conservationist Ben Crop, who we met up with last week, told us, "I'm against shark meshing because it kills off so many of the endangered species. Also, it has never been proven that it actually saves lives. The drum lines are actually attracting sharks in. That's the stupidity of it. The nets and drum lines do not protect beach users. Sharks are attracted to the nets and drum lines, and hence the beaches where they feed off dead and dying marine life caught in them. They can and do swim over and around the nets. About 35% of the sharks caught in the shark nets are caught on the beach side. The most recent shark incident that occurred at Redhead Beach in New South Wales occurred at a netted beach. Queensland and New South Wales are the only Australian states that use these murderous programs. Finally, the Australian Anti-Shark Finning Alliance again is calling on the Queensland Government and the opposition to unite in bipartisan support to end the shark control program and work smarter in reducing the already small risk that sharks pose to humans by introducing policies similar to those recently enacted by the WA government, which includes greater community education and aerial beach patrols. Thank you very much.
Go home and go on YouTube and look up man-eating shark. That'll give you more information about it. That's one of my films. My name's Madison Stewart. I'm 18 years old. I'm an underwater filmmaker, and hopefully you'll be hearing a lot more of me, and hopefully fisheries will know my name before the end of the year.
The government said not long ago, and you probably remember it, if we don't do something now, I can't talk like she can, but I'll try. Anyway, if we don't do something now, the only place we're going to see these animals is in zoos and sanctuaries. That's bloody wrong. That's damn well pitiful. We shouldn't have to see them there. But these zoos and sanctuaries are here for a reason too. We want to breed and sustain the populations and put them back into the environment. And my sanctuary is going to be a big part of that. Okay, thanks everybody.
Until 3 years ago when I arrived here, I'd never seen a koala in the wild. I went to Noosa National Park with camera in hand and saw a beautiful, majestic male sitting above the ocean in a tree. I was awestruck. Today you can go there. There were 30 then. There's only 2 to 3 now in the National Forest. That's a big difference in 3 years. I felt blessed in having immigrated to Australia. This is the home to more biodiversity than any other place on Earth. Unfortunately, that's going to change very soon. I began volunteering at the Australia Zoo Wildlife Hospital and got up close and personal with koalas. I fell in love with them. I feed them, I stand in their presence, and talk about awestruck. It's like they looked right inside my soul. What we need to do is we need to sound the alarm. There's no time for talk anymore. Act now, or be the answer to the question of who let this happen forever. We need to work together. Stop all this quibbling between groups. Stop putting our egos in there that says, oh, I've got to be the one that saves the koala. No, it's got to be everyone working together.
Let's band together and take up all their issues and go and barrel these blokes all at once, because that's the only thing that'll change. Going there and having private meetings, sitting there saying all the nice things doesn't work. I know that. So I think we should listen to what Megan said. We need to unite.